Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha and I'll once again be your host for today. And now for the latest on the hit list. Of course, the definite suspension due to high testosterone levels. Now, we spoke to that is Coach Henk Botha, and he was indeed saddened by the situation of the pair, Christine Boma and Beatrice Masilingi, coming a long way. Two of Namibia's biggest, brightest sporting stars, both now 22, have become a shadow of their once glorious selves. The pair of sprinters and training partners burst onto the athletic scene about 6 years ago, clocking incredible times and winning accolades, but are now far from where they used to be and seemingly unable to find their way back. Their recent performances in training and in competitions have marked a decline to what looked destined to be Namibia's unstoppable golden athletics future. In April, the athletes were far from convincing in the 100-meter in a World Athletics Continental Tour event in Botswana, where Masilingi finished 6th, clocking 11.48 seconds, while Boma was 11th with 11.88 seconds. The athletes' performance that day and scenes are ringing alarm bells to their coach Henk Botha, who remains extremely concerned. From one worldwide fame and jet-setting lifestyle, the athletes are steadily disappearing from the headlines. The obvious turning point came around August 2021 when Boma and Masilingi were subject to a controversial decision by World Athletics, which barred them from competing in international events until their natural testosterone levels were lowered. The process took numerous months and the athletes missed out on important events as well as training during the time they were meant to reduce their testosterone levels. The after effects of what the two had been consuming to lower their testosterone levels are becoming noticeable as Botha keep tabs on their training sessions. According to a journal on National Library of Medicine, suppression of elevated circulating testosterone of hyperandrogen athletes results in negative effects on performance, which are reversed when suppression ceases. Coach Henk Botha revealed how he has been struggling with the revival of the two supremely talented golden athletes. On to some rugby news. The Namibia Rugby Union today announced the squad that will be competing in the Africa Cup. Of course, Namibia will play in this tournament with the aim to qualify to the next World Cup. We know that Namibia has been qualifying to the World Cup for so many years now, but let's see what they can do this year. Our reporter Brian Munango was at the press conference and has this video for us.
It's a conference where we will basically announce a team for Africa Cup participation. So I will immediately hand over to the president of the Namibia Rugby Union, Mr. Pierre Tron, and immediately to his left, we've got Meneer Johan Diergaard, Mr. Vice President Rugby. So Pierre.
Well, thank you and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute pleasure for us to announce our team for the Africa Cup. As per usual, following the selection process that took place in terms of our policy, the following team was selected: Aitembu Sitfuka, Jason Bernardi, Ocha Uala, Sydney Haulope, Louis van der Westhuizen, Armand Kombrink, Prince Kausep, Jacques Tron, Andrew AJ Kearns, Tiaan Swanepoel, Andre van der Berg. Staff will accompany the team: Director of Rugby, Jacques Burger, Team Dr. Wilfred Besuidenhout, Team Manager Wessel Kotze, Scrum Coach Jaco Engels, Forward Coach David Philander, Technical coach Daryl De La Harpe, strength and conditioning Sergio De La Harpe, lead physio Tanya Green, video analyst Devin O'Brien. That will be the team that we pin our hopes to get us qualified for the World Cup. We wish them well in the final preparations and the tournament. We fully believe that this team can qualify Namibia for the World Cup in 2027.
This one is for those that love rally, those that love adrenaline, and it will be taking place in the southern side of the country. It is the Koerspan Rally. The petrol heads, speed freaks, adrenaline junkies are in for a real treat at the 40th edition of the annual Koerspan Rally. The inaugural edition of the rally, hosted in Koers, 130 kilometers east of Keetmanshoop, is in the Karras region and considered one of the oldest off-road races in the country. Took place in 1985 first. According to Dirk Trimmer, who has been taking part in the Koerspan Rally for over 20 years, it's a fun event. Rikus Vermeulen, the organizer of the event, confirmed that plans are on track to deliver another memorable Koerspan Rally over the two action-packed day. Vermeulen emphasized that no practice laps will be allowed on the main rally track on the mini rally dune track from Wednesday to July onwards. And now some historic moments also were made in the beach volleyball category as Namibia will qualify for the first time. This is Namibia's beach volleyball sensations. Max and Jura Crawford are now poised for the International Volleyball Federation FIVB Under-21 Beach Volleyball World Championship to be hosted by Mexico in October. This comes after their success at the Confederation of African Volleyball CAVB Continental Under-21 Championships, where they clinched the country's first gold medal at the African Showpiece, which concluded in Morocco's Martel last weekend. The Kraft brothers enjoyed their run at the tournament, managing an undefeated feat throughout the group stages, supplemented with a series of straight set victories in the quarterfinal. They first put a 2-0 past Cameroon to book their place in the semi-final, where a tough Egypt side made them drop their first set, by that they recovered to win 2-1. The final saw them take on Mozambique, who had beaten the Namibian pair of Luca Castleman and Fabian Birdelac in the semi-final, but held their own to outclass the opposition with a set victory. On to some more volleyball news now. Now this was in Otjiwarongo, where a lot of volleyball took place. It was the MTC Volleyball League that took place in that town there. We have some footage for you produced by Mariette Ngula, who was there, a set of interviews after this wonderful event.
My name is Albertina Shilelo. I am the captain for Kudos Sports Club Female. Right now we just won against Bow Busters. It was 3-0 in our favor. Basically the game was quite, for us it was quite just a practice session. We were just trying to implement all the drills have taught us. It was an amazing game. We look forward to definitely defending our place that we got last year and also doing better this year. Thank you.
I'm the captain of Revivals, and we just wrapped up our last game this weekend in Otjiwarongo. We just finished off playing Osho'denghupa Nampol, which we won 3-0. The game wasn't necessarily easy, especially the second set, because we had to really pull our socks up. We let them get a really big lead out of us, but then, we got our momentum back and we won. So having won all three of our games this weekend 3-0, we're pretty stoked and we're excited, looking forward to the next round.
Good day. My name is Akio Shani and I'm the captain of the Afrogate Sports Club Team C. We just finished playing now and we beat Mighty Gunners 3-1. It was one of a hectic game. We really did our best. Even though we had some ups and downs here and there, I think we still have to go back to the drawing board and continue winning the next games that are left. But for sure, any team that's going to come our way, we're not stopping anyway. We are going full force and we are going to win the games that we're going to play. Thank you very much.
My name is Asel Sindano Daniel, captain of NDF Raptors. We managed to defeat Correctional Facility, Kitman Correctional Facility 3-0. It was a tough opponent, but we managed to overcome them. The pressure is a bit high to the Raptors because when you are competing for the league, it's always difficult, or it's always a pressure to us, to whatever opponent we get. But always we do our best.
Okay, no, thanks for your time and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Cool.
My name is Anna Hengono. I'm the team captain of NDF Phoenix. We just won 3-0. The game was fun and enjoyable, and except of the wind and the sun was disturbing. But anyway, we managed to win, and the game was so amazing.
We'll now go for a short break, and after that we return with a spotlight. Do stay tuned.
Running a business isn't just about hitting the big milestones, it's also about handling the day-to-day. From equipping your office, to closing deals over lunch, to managing your team's expenses while they're on the to 44 days of interest-free credit, unlimited swipes, and real-time expense tracking, so you're always in control. Apply for an FNB business credit card. Contact us today to get started. FNB, how can we help you?
Now to
Namibia, we have been top, and we have been producing world-class boxers. And of course, we are busy now preparing also for big fights. Some of our boxers have been preparing for international fights, like John Paulin Jolenimus, who's fighting in Germany on the 19th July for IBF international title against Simon. Simon is a German boxer. Yeah, so this fight is scheduled for 12 versus Prospect, and of course the winner become a world champion. I mean, it's not easy to get this chance. We can consider this guy a hard worker, and also you also consider him as a lucky boy to get this opportunity, because we thought some guy gonna get opportunity before him, but he managed to get this opportunity. And for him now to go there and have the flag flying very higher, and of course they present the land of the brave. And boxing is large in Africa, because it's less Africa boxer fighting for the world titles these days. And Haita the Beast is gonna go there, and we are very positive going this fight. And of course, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be very, very tough fight. And of course, we ready. We work hard, and of course, we got blessing for the other former world champions like Eddie Simon, Wallace Moses, Julius Indongo, Wallace Ambunda, and of course the other like the late Dingan, those guys who opened the door for these kids. So we are very excited.
With your experience going into the USA, how important is it to get a knockout in such a fight?
Every boxer prepare to hear the other boxer, and of course we also pray that everybody comes safe out of that fight. It's when you go in the ring, you go to war. That is like a war. You know what I'm saying? You kill or you be killed there. You see. So, but now we like I say, we pray everybody to come safe there. But it's a very tough area to be in. So knockout is a bonus, because everybody's prepared not to get knocked out, preparing to improve his defense and all that. And of course, he also prepared to be offensive and to be very effective in the fight, to hit his opponent, and of course to win the fight. Because if it's a fight, the best men have to win, and somebody must go down. The blood must be there. That's boxing. That's very interesting. It's why boxing is so interesting and it's so entertaining, and why everybody worldwide is watching boxing.
All right, thank you so much.
Tobas also shared a moment about the fight that took place in the United States of America, where Jeremiah Loki Nakathila was involved, hinting a bit at the boxer's future, stating that there are obviously a few upcoming boxers and talent. We should hear that from Nestor Tobas himself, and after that it will be Ariohat to give us the latest international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
Stance, the boxer went for the well, lost, but I just want to hear from you, how was the trip and what have you observed and obviously gained from traveling to the United States of America?
Yeah, of course, this was Loki Nakathila, fifth fight in the USA, and a lot of boxers can only dream there to fight there, So, because that is the house of entertainment, it's the house of boxing, and of course, Loki Nakathila, he qualified to go there, and of course, he put Namibia on the world map. Because that fight, you can see that fight was on ESPN, was the only fight that night in the world, and of course, all the eyes was fake in Virginia, Norfolk, when Nakathila fought one of the top prospect in the world, of the future of boxing in the world, and Abdullah Mensen, who's now number one in the world and is about to become a world champion. Yeah, so when you go there, you don't just go there because you're going to America. You're going there to do your work, me as a promoter, manager, trainer, and make sure the boxer gets the fight on the highest level, on the highest platform. That is the highest platform you can get in sport or boxing or other sport. And of course, we have to thank Nakathila, because Nakathila has been there for a long time. And of course, he's still performing at the highest level. Of course, he did not get the result he wanted to. Of course, he went there to win, but unfortunately, it did not go his way, So, and of course, like I say, he lost in the fifth round, TKO, because of the cut. So he was, okay, you see the cut, the blood is part of the sport, you see. So, but you can always analyze and see what happened. But he still has a lot of intent, and he could still go further. But unfortunately, it went up like that. Congratulations to Abdullah, who won the fight. And of course, the future looked good for him. And of course, Nakathila, now the young one, they have to take over now from Loki. We've got the young one, like I say, Mateus Heita, is going to fight for the world title. We've got Energy, who's preparing for another international fight. We've got John De La Muniz, and we've got a lot of kids from other stables, also from other promotion. Namibia boxing it look good. And of course, we have just to push and work together and see how can we produce a world champion. But we've got world-class fighters right now, rated in the world. That's achievement, So, yeah, so for me as a promoter, I'm very happy what's happening in the boxing right now. And of course, it's not only Nakathila, like I say, he did a lot. You see, he was WBO Africa champion, WBO global. He was number one in the world. He fought for the world title. And of course, he fought one of the top boxers in the world. And of course, unfortunately, he did not win the title. And of course, for him, he just not to recover from the cut. And of course, the long trip and of course, the hard training was when you prepare for a fight like that, you train hard and work. You stay away from your family, just to enjoy life with family. And of course, after a few days, we're going to talk and see what's the way forward for Loki Nakathila.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. It's a Club World Cup continuing in the United States, and there was a big upset that is in the round of 16. Nobody saw this coming, and it's Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia that beat Manchester City, the English Premier League side. They beat them by 4-3. That was after extra time, and that is to advance to the quarterfinals in the tournament. And it is Al Hilal that will now play against Fluminense. Fluminense, they got the better of Inter Milan, and also a big one for the Brazilian club, and they won that game by 2-0. Other quarterfinals that is also set after the round of 16 games will be Chelsea that will play against Palmeiras. That's one quarterfinal. The other one will see Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, playing Bayern Munich. That's a massive game. That's one of the quarterfinals. Two big teams meeting early in the Club World Cup. There's still two games that needs to be played in the round of 16 to determine who plays in the next quarterfinal. That will be Dortmund and Monterrey that play, and Real Madrid against Juventus. The winner of those two games will play in the quarterfinals. On to tennis news, a big tournament that started. It's Wimbledon, one of the big majors that started in London, and it is some of the big seeds already in the first round that's out of the tournament. Top seed, top 10 players that's out. One of them is number 8 seed, that is Holger Rune. He lost to Nicolas Jarre in 5 sets, and it was 6-4 in the 5th. He's out of the tournament. And also number 9 seed, Daniel Medvedev. He lost to Benjamin Benzi. That was in 4 sets. So Daniel Medvedev also out of the tournament. So better for number 1 seed Carlos Alcaraz, although he had to fight very hard. It was a 5-setter for him to get past Fabio Fognini of Spain, his countryman, and the score there was 7-5, 6-7, 7-5, 2-6 and 6-1 in the 5th set. It was Carlos Alcaraz, number 1 seed. He's through to the second round. In the women's side of the draw, also a top 10 player that's out, number 9 seed Paula Badosa of Spain. She's out. She lost to Katie Boltier of Great Britain. The score there was 6-2, 3-6 and 6-4 for the Briton. And then a better result for number 6 seed Madison Keys. Also a tough game for her. It was 3 very tough sets. She beat Elena Ruse of Germany by 6-7, 7-5 and 7-5 to advance. So it's Wimbledon up and going in London. Then to close off today's international sports news is Formula 1 racing news. The next race on the calendar is this coming Sunday. It's a British Grand Prix at Silverstone, and it is a home Grand Prix for Lando Norris that had a good Austrian Grand Prix. He won that the past weekend, so he's got lots of momentum going into the Silverstone Grand Prix, and he got the better of his teammate Oscar Piastri of McLaren. So it's McLaren still dominating. They've got 417 points in the Constructors' Championship, leading Ferrari. That's second on 210. Mercedes-Benz on 209 and Red Bull on 162. And that's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day. We talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.